I'm Kelly from Let's Get Creative. We're going to do the Mother-Daughter Paint Day for James A. Garfield Schools. I'm going to put up this video so that you can follow along in case you missed something or you need to go back and review a step. And as you're going, if you're just using this as your tool, you can, after each step, pause it so that you can catch up. So we're going to start, you're going to line up your two canvases together. If there is more than two in your group, if there's 3 or maybe 4, you're just going to line everything up at once now. You're going to take your big brush, you're going to put it in the blue, and this is where you're going to do a semicircle that will start at the top here, and you're going to go down and follow that pattern, semicircle, with the blue in random spots like so, but still following the semicircle. Now, if you have more than 2 canvases, you're going to go across all 3 or all 4 in the same direction so that this white section will go across all of the canvases. This is meant to look like either some light is coming down or some sort of light source like the sun. You're going to want to get like this, and then you're going to take your dark blue and you're going to fill in your corners all the way across the bottom with the dark blue. Now a little bit of water goes a long way. That'll help the paint slide across your canvas easier. But you don't want to put too much or it thins the paint out too much. And it'll just make a sloppy mess. So you want to get to about like this with the blue. Now you do not need to rinse your brush off. You're going to go right into the white. And you're going to want to put these colors on your paint tray so that you don't, make all your white have some blue in it. And then you're going to fill in those spaces that the blue did not cover and blend with the blue that's already on the canvas. So back and forth in that semicircular motion, blending the white and the blue together. Don't overblend because you want to see some of that blue. And as you're doing it, you guys can have the canvases somewhat lined up, but you can go your own direction now and then kind of line it up at the end to make sure that they look good. But you're just sticking with that back and forth motion, but you do not want to overblend because you want the blue and the white to look somewhat streaky to give that underwater effect. Now this step is where you're going to be filling in the entire surface of the canvas. So you're applying that white and blue as you go. So say I did this and I feel like it's a little bit too white. So I'm going to go back through with some blue and add that. And you're kind of just at this point, it's preference. You're going to fill it in and whatever you like, you're going to stick with that. Also, if you want to fill on the inside, take the canvases apart and fill in that section. You're more than welcome to that. You want to keep this top part whiter so it does look like it's a light source. So you can still blend with that blue up there, but you want to mainly keep it lighter colored up top. So you keep mixing and going around until your entire canvas is full. Now I pre-made one so that I could I wouldn't have to let it dry while I'm on camera so that you can keep going. But this would be the time if you want to get your hair dryer out and dry it off so that you can keep up, or if you want to let it air dry, come back in a few minutes, you can do pause. Either way works. So this is my pre-done painted canvas. It's already dry. I'm going to take some of the green and mix it with a little bit of the brown, and that's going to give me a dark green. I'll actually show you what color you get. So it's a little bit of a darker green right here. And that's what we're going to do to make our seaweed on the bottom. So the seaweed is going to go up the sides. You're going to make it just kind of like blades of grass. Just little lines that go up and down. And you want it to be kind of wispy and and wild because it's seaweed and it's moving back and forth in the water. So you're going to go across your entire canvas like that. A little higher on the sides for whoever's on the left. So like if you have more than one canvas, probably the people that are in the middle, if with the 3s and the 4s, you're going to want to do your seaweed along the bottom a little lower because you're going to have more sea life probably in those ones. So now you're going to want to cover across the whole bottom. You can branch off, make them as wild as you want or straight as you want. And those are going to go all the way through and up into here. Now I'm going to put down the one canvas and just work with one so that I can show you what I have going on a little bit easier. Now I'm going to take some more green, wash my brush, use the green, and add some yellow to it. You're going to be making a light green. I'll show you what that color looks like too. So that you're going to want this like these two right here work. And that's yellow and green mixed together to make kind of a vibrant green. And what you're going to do with that is you're going to highlight your seaweed so that it looks like the light's coming down on it. You're going to hit it with some of that light green. And it'll blend together a little bit, but it's going to give it that lighter look. And you don't have to go through the whole thing. Just hit the tops or the sides. Like so. And that's going to fill in that section. So it should look like that. Once you're done with that, you're going to wash your small brush off again. We're going to do the shape of our jellyfish. Now, the first thing you want to do is put a base on with white. And so you're going to make your basic shape of the jellyfish. Now, you also want to think about when you're doing this, your layout of your painting, because for this one, I did some fish that I added in as well. So I have a big jellyfish and some fish in one. So now you can decide together if you want to do multiple jellyfish, because we also have that option. This is the 2 jellyfish. You could do one big one, one little one. You can do fish, you could do turtles, you can do whatever you want. In this video, I'm just going to show you the jellyfish and then how to do a basic fish. So you can make your decision now what you want to do. For the jellyfish, you're going to take your little brush and some white, and you're going to make the basic shape of the jellyfish, which is kind of like a mushroom top, rounded on the edges. So that's the shape you're looking for. And then I'm going to fill that in with the white. I don't want to put too much paint so that when I want to do my color, it doesn't all smear together. I want to make sure it dries quickly. So I have that first layer. That will prevent from seeing the blue underneath when you do go to put your color down. So that's my basic jellyfish shape. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add the little squiggly, the tentacles that hang down. So those are going to look like that. Now you want to do multiple colors to make it more fun. I'm taking my little brush. I got it wet. I'm going to roll it in the pink. So if you roll your brush, you get a nice point on it. So I'm rolling it in the pink. And then you're going to just do some squigglies right off of the jellyfish to give them his tentacles, like so. Now at this point, you can make some other colors. You have that pink and you have the blue. You can make a purple. So you can mix those two together. And that will give you a deep purple or a darkish blue. Put a little bit of white in there, and I have a light purple. And I'm going to use that for a tentacle color as well. So I'm going to roll my paintbrush in there to make a point, and then I'm going to use that color. Now finally, I'm going to rinse those colors off of there, dry it off a little bit, and then I'm going to roll it in the white and give him some white tentacles as well. Okay, so that's the tentacles. Now I'm going to go back through and I'm going to fill in the jellyfish part. I'm going to use the pink. Again, your choice. You can use, we have the yellow, you can make the purple, whatever colors you want to make them. You could do green, but I'm going to fill him in and I'm going to keep that roundish shape to him. See how I'm following the round when I'm doing my brush strokes? That gives him the image that he's not flat. It makes him look a little rounder. And I'm just sticking with that round. So that's your basic jellyfish. As each layer dries, you can go in and add more paint to make it darker. Yes. So I'm going to let this dry while I show you how to make the basic fish, and then we'll go in and put a little bit of detail on the jellyfish. So for a basic fish, I'm going to use this other canvas. And same thing, you're going to roll your paint brush in the paint to get the pointed. And then it's just a simple oval. I'm going to make them a little bigger on here than I did on the other canvas, just so you can see. So a simple oval. And then kind of like a V shape coming off the bottom for the tail. Now you can do a school of fish. So you have multiple fish in one section. So you're just doing the oval shape and then the little tail that branches off. And then you can fill it in. You're also going to want to do that little top fin up here. It's just a little line up top. So if you see, you got the little fin up top there. Now he also needs to dry before we put in his details, his gills and fins and whatnot. So I'm going to rinse my brush off and I'm going to go back to the jellyfish and show you how to put some detail in there. He's still a little wet, but we can put the white in. So I'm going to give him some lines that go down, still in that circular motion. Like so. And then maybe some little specks across the bottom like that. So that's your detail on your jellyfish. Now for the fish, we're going to bounce back to the fish. We're going to make a light pink. So you're going to add just a little bit of pink into some white. And for that light pink, you're going to roll your brush and make the point. And then you're going to put a little bit of detail in his tail and his fins. So right in there. And we're also going to give him a gill right here where his face would be on both sides. Now, of course, you can do him in any color. You could put yellow, you could do green, and then do the light green, light yellow, whatever color you want to make your fish is completely fine. Now I'm going to use a little bit of white, and I'm just going to put some little dashes in there so it looks like scales, as you can see. And then I'm going to give him a white eyeball right there. So little dashes. Like so. And then you can take that dark brown that you have and put a little dab of that where the eyeball is so it looks like it's an eyeball. So the last step that we're going to do before we're finished is you're going to wash off that little brush again, get a nice tip, put it in the white. We're going to make bubbles. Now those are going to go throughout. You can make little bubbles where your fish are, kind of like I did here on this one. So you have the little bubbles coming off, or you can do big bubbles throughout. So for the bubbles, all you're going to do is just do a basic circle shape and then just a little dash in there so it looks like there's a reflection in your bubble. And like I said, you can do as many as you want, little, big, whatever sizes you want. Just little bubbles throughout. And that really adds some character into the painting. There you go. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I hope that you can take a picture of you guys and your completed painting and put it on my website, Let's Get Creative, on Facebook. And again, like I said, any questions, call me, email me, whatever you need to do. Thanks for watching. Hopefully next year we can do this in person. Have a great day.